This is so cool. I could sit and watch these all day. Hello everybody, I feel like I'm in my own personal rainforest today. If I look a bit damp, it is absolutely heaving it down outside, and hopefully by the time you see this, there will be a video in this corner. It's where you can hear what I could hear out of my window. However, I have recreated the jungle, the rainforest, because look! My butterfly kit has turned up! If you missed my tweets, I'm on a one-woman mission to increase the number of butterflies in my neighbourhood because I've realised I hardly ever see any, although they're probably being knocked out of the sky by the rain. Super excited about this. A live butterfly garden. I've had to send off for some caterpillars which arrived last night, so let's see what I have to do. Inside the box is this! It's my own little butterfly house. It's actually way bigger than I thought it would be. I was expecting something maybe like that. They do sell another one with a little handle that you can carry around as a bag, just in case you want to take your butterflies with you. You never know. Instead, this is the home kit, and inside it there are some bits. So let's get this open. The first thing is my caterpillar voucher, which I've already redeemed because you can do it online. Cup of Caterpillars. Official caterpillar voucher. Don't try and use the code because I've already used it. You can, of course, also buy some extra ones at a reduced rate, which I did because why wouldn't I want more? So 2 cups of caterpillars have arrived. We then have some instructions because you can't just chuck caterpillars around and expect them to produce butterflies without reading the instructions. When they arrive, I have to handle my cup of caterpillars gently and be sure to keep them sealed in the cup in which they arrive. Do not let your caterpillars out, kids. They are hardy, but try not to disturb them too much by tapping or shaking the cup. It will be their cosy home for the next 7 to 14 days. Webbing is a good sign. Yeah, apparently the cups just end up absolutely full of crap. And somebody suggested taking the stuff out of the cup and putting it in a bigger container. So I'm going to see if I've got anything suitable, because obviously I don't want them escaping. That would be terrifying. They will eat, spin silk and grow for approximately 7 to 10 days before changing into chrysalides. Chrysalides? If your environment is hot and humid, your caterpillars will develop more quickly. Oh, they might be butterflies by tomorrow then. It's unbelievably humid outside. It's like 92% humidity. They then stick to the underside of the lid, and then, rather excitingly, they become butterflies. So, what could possibly go wrong? Everything. I don't want to read too far ahead because, you know, spoilers. There's something else in here, and it is a butterfly on a stick. Of course it is. I think that is a feeder. It's a little pipette thing. Oh, pipette. I don't think I've used that word since school. This, however, is the exciting thing. These are my caterpillars. I've never had caterpillars. Actually, no, I lie. I have. I had one caterpillar when I was a kid that I found in the garden. And I remember keeping it in a Ferrero Rocher box, and I called it Duncan. Why I would remember that. It died. The miracle of metamorphosis is about to begin, which I'm very pleased about, and so it should be, because the smell coming out of this, I'm going to assume that it's not the caterpillars that smell, it's the food stuff that smells. But here we go. 2 cups of caterpillars! I'm happy to admit I've actually had these overnight, and I just opened them yesterday to make sure that they weren't dead. And they are already worryingly bigger. And when I say bigger, I mean ridiculously so. These were quite small yesterday, and one of them is already webbing. There's other stuff in the box as well. What we got? It's like Christmas. We have sugar for butterfly food. Wicked. Using my insect law spoon, mix 4 spoonfuls of water with 1 sugar packet. Use your dropper to drip a few drops onto your butterfly feeder. Spoon? Butterfly feeder? There's more. Chrysalis station. So what you do with that is you use that to prop up the lids from the pots once they've gone into the chrysalis stage and they're hanging off the lid of the pot. There's 2 of those. And, oh, there's more butterfly food. hand, there is a caterpillar quick guide if you can't be bothered to read the entire manual. It's like a computer game. This booklet contains your caterpillar guarantee. I think you're guaranteed to get 3 out of the 5. So let's see if I can find it. It says found on reverse. Aha! Please locate the guarantee form on this sheet and keep it in a safe place. We fully guarantee that 3 of the 5 caterpillars will hatch out into perfect butterflies. So not mutant butterflies or butterflies with wings missing or legs missing, but perfect butterflies. I feel worryingly responsible. No spoon though. I thought that it said something about a spoon. I'm assuming I can just use a normal spoon. In here it says to make nectar, combine 15 millilitres of sugar with 250 millilitres of water and then refrigerate any leftover nectar. What I've done is got one of those bird box things, you know, the clear ones, just cheap £5 ones that you can put birdseed in and stick it to your window. I've bought one of those so I can put the nectar into it, so when I come to release the butterflies they will already have somewhere to go. Or I might release half of them into the buddleia bush across the car park because it's massive and butterflies really like buddleia bushes. And half into the food house, but I don't know. It's very exciting. Let's get a closer look. I'd quite like to name them, but I suspect that I would just forget which one is which. They're really cool though, and they're properly moving around. Yesterday they weren't so much. They've got stacks of food. But they do look significantly bigger than they were yesterday. There's one doing a little show for you. You can already see that there's absolutely loads of stuff starting to form on the sides of the tank. I mean, basically they're just wrecking their home already, aren't you? That's so cute! That one's seriously active. I think they're supposed to become painted lady butterflies, but that one might become something more impressive because it obviously quite likes being in there. Over here, we're a bit more sedate. Oh, hello! Maybe we're not. So I'm getting out. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna find the way out. You're not gonna keep me in here. Actually, I might not. I might get you into a bigger container if I can find one. Look, it's trying to escape. It's quite difficult to focus on these. The camera really doesn't want to, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. That one looks huge in the top right-hand corner. Hello. They are fascinating, aren't they? Oh, they're all moving around now. It's because they know they're on video. Yay, I've made it, Mum. It's been 15 minutes of caterpillar fame, and it's also really hot and humid, so I'm going to become a butterfly really quickly. Yippee! They are loving it in there, aren't they? Absolutely loving it. Mind you, I suppose I would if I effectively lived in a sea of chocolate. On the underside of the lid here is where they're going to attach themselves when they get old enough to do so. And then you pull out the lid and you put it into your little stand and you move it into the net and you wait for them to become beautiful butterflies. Are you going to promise to become beautiful butterflies? Oh, I think you are. Stop fighting with each other, please. In case anybody's thinking, but they've got no air. Actually, they have. The little piece of fabric or paper that they attach themselves to on the lid is covering over some holes in the lid so that they can get some oxygen. Yeah, there might be holes in the lid, but you're not getting out of it. This is so cool. I could sit and watch these all day, which is what I'm now going to do. So now I am going to put them in an area that is free of direct sunlight and drafts, where they can just sit undisturbed and get on with their caterpillary business. And I'm going to love them and hug them, maybe not hug them. This one is properly making a break for it, look. I don't know where you think you're going. You can't fly yet, you know. You're going to get so fat. These are going to be really fat caterpillars. Seriously, mate, you cannot get out. I promise you, that lid is stuck on so tight. You cannot get out. And you can't get out through the holes. Don't even try it. No, really, don't try it, please. I don't want caterpillars crawling out my living room. We're going to drop in on these again in a week to find out whether they have already used the hot and humid weather to become chrysalises and already been transferred into the net, or whether they're just sitting gorging on food and wrapped up in their own silk. It's difficult to know, but I hope that you will join me in the next video to find out, because this is the most exciting thing ever. whether I could eat this butterfly food.